Hey, welcome to another episode of Disney Does. DisneyDwayne here. We're going to be talking about the fourth episode of the making of Frozen 2, Into the Unknown. This is called Big Changes. And boy, big changes are a part of big productions like these. We look at the stress of putting out a trailer. And they were so stressed, they released this trailer exclusively on ABC. Was it Good Morning America, I think? But nobody was there in the lobby to watch it because everybody was so busy still working on the production. So they still had 60% of the movie to finish up, and the trailer was already out. That kind of pressure is crazy. We look at Olaf's song and the animator sequencing it. So he had to go, like, I saw him in a dance studio space rehearsing, choreographing the dance himself. Like, sometimes I wonder, I mean, I'm sure they can afford a choreographer, but I think in this case, they felt like it wasn't a dance piece. So the animators oftentimes have to end up being the actors if they don't rely completely on the video capture of the actor, when they're recording their lines. That's what they do often too. They refer to the visuals of what was being recorded while they were saying their lines, and then use that as part of the performance. But sometimes the animators have to step in themselves. In this case, for Olaf, to dance. And he was saying how luckily Olaf is not a dancer and also a little bit clunky, just like him. Which I think, on another note, like, I think a lot of animators, and they probably do go through acting lessons, and if they don't, I would definitely think it's very, very necessary to do. We also talk about the improvisation of how some of Olaf's lines came about. So Josh Gad is operating in kind of like the way Robin Williams does, right? So he's sort of like just doing a lot of improv lines, which I doubt the other characters do as much. Maybe more, a little bit between Sven and Kristoff, but so Josh Gad is the comedic guy here. So he came up with stuff like turtles breathe through their butt, and the animators actually looked it up, and it's true, turtles do breathe through their butt. It's pretty amazing. I don't know where Josh got that from. Made me wonder that it couldn't be that much of an improv. I mean, he must have planned it. I mean, like, something like that, you don't just improv it unless you know it, right? I don't know. Something to think about. And then after the audience preview, the main creatives had the task to gently reveal what was cut. And you could see, like, the whole team just waiting out, like, only the main creatives were in the room discussing it. And then the rest of the team, they're just eagerly waiting outside for news on whether their animation bit that they had worked on was cut or not. And there's a master list that you can go through with each specific scene and what was happening, what was completed and stuff, so that they're all connected to this list, and you can see what was cut and what was not. It's just crazy to think about how massive this is, and how everybody has to be aware of what's going on in other departments. And also, yes, the look of the whole film has to be, sort of like one aesthetic, right? And like one sound, one aesthetic, one everything. So how do you do that? Because it's done by so many different people. So that management is so crucial. We see that here. And then, of course, to go back to the drawing board for those who needed to do new scenes, and to, just suck up your ego and drop it if you needed it to be dropped, and just to move on in the interest of making the project better. So again, many lessons to learn here about making something, any creative sort of project that you're working on. All right, in the next episode, we're going to be talking about the race to the finish. So till the next one, catch you later.